just like a picture on the wall. And now I know how to steer, I'm not afraid if I should fall, yeah. It took some tears, oh, but together we were strong, and now I feel a burning beat.
Hi guys, so this is another requested video, and I did do a summer look like this, I think about 4 years ago, and I'll link that below. But this is more of a kind of beach summer look. Again, it's going to be low, kind of, you don't have to worry about buying really expensive products. So all I've done is kind of cleansed my face, put moisturizer on, and then the next thing I'm going to do is put some Lasting Finish makeup primer on from Rimmel. Now, the only thing that you need to keep in mind, I think, with a daytime beach look is that you don't want it to look overdone, because if you are going to have a swim, whether it's a hotel and on the kind of on the poolside, or if you're going, you know, for a swim in the ocean, just to keep in mind everything, try to get everything as waterproof as possible. And then kind of light makeup, no makeup at all if you have problem skin. And I know that might be very self-conscious of some people, but actually kind of salt water and that kind of stuff really helps with any of your skin, and that's just from experience of having T-zone kind of acne. So what I've done just there is I've put on the Rimmel, it's 8-hour wear, which I can attest to in this sun that we've been having is definitely what it says. Now I would say any makeup of your choice that's waterproof in terms of foundation. So this is Flormar, and I do have a video on this too, and I will link it below if you're interested. And what I've done is I've wet my beauty blender, because I do think that just gets in the inner corners and the problem areas just a bit better. So this is their foundation, and it's SPF 15. So you're kind of joining up all of the being conscious of being on the beach and obviously the sun and all of that kind of thing. So what I usually do is I just hold out my hand like this, and then I get the tip of the beauty blender, so just the tip, like that, and I start with my problem areas. So I start to kind of place it first. So, and where I tend to get slightly burnt is the nose area and the cheeks. As you can see, I only have primer on, and you can kind of see how it's turning out for me. This area you can see too, it's gone a bit brown / red. So it's just about kind of maybe having a good look at your face in the mirror, have something like, possibly something like this with you, and then kind of say, okay, where do I need to actually place it? And again, I just particularly like a natural look at the beach. I think going out, it's a bit of, you have more choice, but I mean, if you do kind of prefer having a lot of makeup and you think, I'm just going to do sunbathing today, that kind of thing, well, absolutely. But this is kind of, if you are going to kind of go in the ocean, that kind of thing. Now, I personally, if I'm going in the ocean, not poolside, will let the kind of the seawater really help, the salt water help me, and it does, it really does. And then with the after sun as well, when you put that at night, and that maybe an aloe vera after sun, it really does make a difference. So I've gone in very carefully, and if you've noticed, I haven't dragged it down. I've kind of just placed it where it needs to be. Now, excuse the hair, guys, but I have been out in the sun, and I just thought it was the perfect time. And my hair, since I got it cut, some of the curls have left, but I can see it's kind of in between straight and curly. And you can see there, it is starting to make a difference. So I think for me that's the foundation done. The other couple of things, lipstick if you want to, or else just a gloss. There's two things that I have here that I'll show you. And actually I've only chosen for my eyeshadow to use two small brushes. This is the M116 from Manage, and this is the Bella & Bear Iron Mote, and they're kind of quite good. So I'm just gonna rub the rest in. Okay, the other thing that I've kind of had a look at in terms of bronzing, if you kind of want to match up everything, this is the Medium 374 Contouring and Blush. Now, I wouldn't necessarily use the blush, and I'll show you why. If you have a certain skin tone, I think you could. But for me personally, this is their blush, if I show you. So for me, I don't think that would work. If you're darker skinned or mixed race, I think that would really work. This is the contour. So I thought I'd do that. Now there's one brush I'm going to do that with, and it's this one. And this is just a general one I got off Amazon, so it's not a particular company that is popular. So what I'll do is show you the other palette you could use that kind of just has everything in it. So this is about 2 or 3 years old, but I do spray it and keep it kind of good. It's the 10-hour palette. And what I like about this is you could double up as eyeshadow, so you wouldn't have to bring loads of palettes on holiday. And I'll just show you that. That's what you want, really. So this, and I love it, guys. This is it. I actually got it when I lost my QC Makeup Academy makeup in terms of this, and brilliant. And one of my friends was actually saying she thinks they're from the same company, so that'll be interesting. So the things that I would use as blush would be this one, and this one, and then maybe the eyeshadow in that one too. So what I'll do is I'll just go and get my waterproof mascara, and I have the Rimmel Day to Night, which has not SPF, sorry, waterproof, and you do get the volume and length. You don't necessarily have to use the 2 in a day, but I would just use the length maybe because it's just not as kind of in your face as the volume. And then this is Barry M, and that's their lengthening black mascara. So those two I found really, really good. And then what I'll do, just for, as I said, why bring loads and loads of palettes, I'm just going to double up with some eyeshadow with this, so I'll just show you now. I hope everybody's getting a chance to go on holiday. Not this year for me, because I'm in the middle of a house move and I'm trying to study autism, and kind of maybe next year I might go and visit my dad in Boston. And Ireland isn't too bad because it's not as kind of expensive for flights, but that kind of thing, going to Boston and that kind of thing, yeah, I'll have to kind of save for that one. So I'm just going to dab my finger in this. They don't have any names, just so you know. This is what I'm going to use on my eye. So I have a mirror here, so this is better, I think. And this was the Bella & Bear Iron Mote, and I will link the review of that too. So again, I want to look up, because I haven't had the chance, if BH Cosmetics is animal cruelty free. I really want to start doing that, guys, really and truly. So what I'm going to do is just start to apply that. And then, as you can see, I brought it slightly up, but what I'm going to do is use this to kind of fluff it out. And then just under here. Now, my personal preference for a daytime look wouldn't be to put a brow gel on, just because I'm trying, personally for me, I'm just trying to get as natural as possible. So just like that. And then I'm going to go in on the other side. And I'm just going to go in there and then just bring it up slightly. And I'll try and keep this as fast as possible, guys, because I understand, you know, when you have kind of beach ready, you don't want to, it's meant, the whole point of it is that you're kind of quick and it doesn't take a long time. So that's that. And what I did with all these colours is that I tried to make it as neutral as possible for anybody who has blonde, red or kind of brown hair, just because then it adapts to everything. So I'm just gonna blend that in. Now, if you have natural long lashes, I wouldn't even bother with mascara. I really wouldn't, because if you have that natural look, it's already kind of framing your face. Particularly for me, I don't have the longest lashes and I'm not a fan. I can put on eyelure false lashes on somebody else, but I think with me, it just, I don't know what it is, I just never get it right. So what I'm going to go with is, because I have had kind of days where it's rained and it gets kind of rained and sunny, and it doesn't, if I have to be out even for 2 minutes, it doesn't kind of go down my face. So I'm just going to use their length. And I have been out obviously today because I have my bikini on, but I thought that matched with the, to be fair, I've been in my back garden reading, so it's not like I've been on the beach. I wish I was, but I'm not. So this is what it looks like. I'll just pop my thing up there. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna start on this eye. But yes, I'm hoping when I have finished and completed Autism Level 4, but I just haven't received the certificate yet, which should be, I think, at least by Friday next week I should have it. I have got the experience, but I don't have the qualifications. So even though I had maybe 3 years at this point, I've had 8 years in childcare, but 3 of those years have been with autism in children. And so now I have the, I have the qualifications. So if we just kind of do a, see, it's not a, see the way there's literally, you can't even see, but here you can. Now you could go down a little bit, but I don't think I would do that. Again, I just don't know if it suits my face. So again, I'm going to go in with the other eye. And I think just maybe at the bottom here. Now, yeah, I think that's kind of where I would leave it personally on me. Now the next thing I want to do is, before I do a blush, I kind of wanted to do a contour, and I wanted to get this anyway because I do have a lot of dark clients and I want them to feel that they do have a contour and a blush that suits them. So for example, I would use this contour on them, just in case you are darker, and then I would use one of the more medium blushes, and it just really complements their face. So what I'm going to do with that contour, I'm actually going to start from the top of my ear and go down here. So I'm actually going to use my finger for this. That's what that looks like. And so you'll see why in a minute. I know this looks very extreme, but actually it works really well. Then I get my very clean buffing brush, and that just blends it out. If you think something's too strong, if you continuously blend, if you don't mind spending the time, it does work out. Now, for me, I like that. Of course, if you don't, and then I just use the remaining so I don't kind of go at the end, just where the sun naturally hits your face. And then, there we go. And you've also then left room for blush if you do want to put blush on. So I'm just gonna, and I appreciate my hair is a little bit, I did wash it surprisingly this morning, but yeah, just gonna, there we go. Obviously the top of the ear. Okay, and then again clean, and I just now. I know the lighting on this side to you looks a bit darker, and hence the contour looks darker, but it's actually the same kind of strength as this one. And then the remainder. Yeah, in the mirror, I know it's starting to look a bit darker, so, and then the remainder. Now, if you don't want blush, you don't really have to have it. I was going to just do everything so somebody can either take what they want from this and then kind of either strengthen it or take away, the strength. So, this is a lovely one too for a highlight. So, I have a couple of these, and I do really think they last as well, very lasting. And then what I'm going to do is go in with, for me personally, just a peach blush, because I tend to be, even at, when I'm here in Ireland, I tend to be so pale. So if I have a little bit of a tan starting to develop, I tend to kind of use the blush until I kind of have a little bit more confidence. So there's this one and this one, or if you want something in between, there's this one. So for me personally, I'm going to go with this one here. So I have another brush that looks exactly like mine, and you can see it's clean, my the one I've just used to blend the contour, and I'm going to just take some of that. Now if you like a lot of strong pinks, you can go for that, but you see that it's very light. If you smile, just bring your cheeks forward, and literally that is all I would do. And then I know this is an unusual thing to do, but I've learned it from doing so many women's makeup, and it's kind of a little trick. If you blend it, just touch it, gives it that glow without looking really shiny. Okay, starting to look a bit more beach ready. If you know you're not going to go in the water at all, I have a couple of things that you might want to do. And it is lipsticks or glosses. Now, obviously, if you're, you may not want to if you're kind of going in and out of the pool or out of the ocean, you don't really feel like that would be suited for you. What I was going to put on, and these is saffron, and I also have a review on these, and I will link it below. And this is 35 Exotic. The smell is gorgeous. It's like candy. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I wouldn't necessarily do liner, because if you're not going in and out and in and out, I'm just going to use the mirror. Just turn it around. Okay. And what you can do sometimes is to warm it up on your hand. Sometimes if you haven't used it in a while, it can kind of go a bit hard. So warm it up in your hand until you see what you want. Just like, I don't know if you can see that, just like that. And then you'll find when you put it back on, yeah, it becomes stronger. So, and then, yes, so to me, that's, because I know it looks strong, but it actually comes out very kind of faint, and you can go stronger and stronger, but to me, it doesn't look over the top for the beach. And especially now, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't going in the pool. So if you are, just put some gloss on or whatever you feel is comfortable. And that would really be, obviously I do setting spray, I don't have it to hand, but I know this took about 10, maybe 15 minutes to show you, but if you were doing it yourself, I'm sure, just like if I was doing it myself, it would take 5. So that is something that I really like. And then what I would take as well, sometimes the bathroom, hotel rooms, or even where you're staying, if it's a friend's, you can't really see your makeup properly. So something like this was £2 in Superdrug, and I think it's a really good idea. Do let me know, because this was requested, do let me know what you would like in the next video, and I will pop it below. If you haven't seen in my previous video, I am moving, still staying here, but moving to an apartment because the girls, as in Izzy and Millie, have left now, and they are in a lovely home in Cornwall. And they're loving it. I think I'm missing them more than they're missing me. But I have decided to just move to an apartment. Everything is kind of modern, absolutely fine. It's just an apartment where, I'm a bit more central and it suits me at this point. So yes, that is happening. Other than that, I'm going home to Ireland in a couple of weeks. And then I'm going over again in October. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on at the minute. I'm loving watching your guys' videos on your stories and chat time and things like that. I think it takes a lot of confidence for a woman to say, this is my story, and I know, in any form. So yes, I think they're brilliant, and I think when I get the confidence, I might do it myself. Thank you for watching this video. What I'll do is just pop a video or a photo of what this looks like, and then I'll see you in the next video.